All right, we real today. All right, so welcome to the Panther Spot. I am your host, PhilosophyPanther. I'm still trying to get used to talking to 14 different cameras, but don't worry about it. I get it right. All right, let's start. I actually added this last bit last second because I gotta give credit where credit is due. I am not a Drake fan. I'm not. I don't hate him. I'm not a super fan. I don't respect anybody who uses ghostwriters. If you can't write your own shit, yes, ghostwriters. Fuck that. Yes, and it's been proven. And the person who did it came out and said it, and he had to admit it. Fuck that. Ghostwriters. I can't do it. If you got a ghostwriter, you're not a lyricist. Fuck that. But here's what I gotta give credit to. Alright? Drake sat down, okay, and sat down with his ghostwriter, all 14 of them, and said, alright, how do I dethrone the greatest rapper alive? Talking about Kendrick Lamar. Don't get mad. It's not an opinion, it's fact. Okay? How do I do this? I mean, K-Dot's got the best album. He went away with all the awards. He's got the money. He just wrote the soundtrack to Black Panther movie. Come on. He's God. He's GOAT right now. How do I become GOAT? Apparently, there's more than one way to become the GOAT. And that there can be multiple GOATs, apparently. He sat down and said, oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a philanthropist. Why not give away? I got a budget of $1 million. I'm going to give it all away. Ingenious. I respect genius. I respect genius. Your boy went to Miami and said, let's fuck up some commas. Fuck up some commas, yeah. Fuck up some commas, yeah. And he just started giving away shit. When I saw Buddy sit down next to the girl on the curb and pulled the stacks, not ink stack, stacks out of his pocket and gave it to the mama, I was like, he did it. He did it. He did it. I was like, okay, I know how to do it. I'm going to get the people on my side. Because we got a heavy conscious community, and even people who like, you know, the Lil Yachty's and the Kakashi 64s, the Nintendo 64s, whatever his name is, the Fruit Loop color dude, and any of the other mumble rappers, you can't help but respect Kendrick. So how do I do that? How do I do that? Man, he turned around and got the people on his side. The track is, it's okay to me, but he didn't even need to even rap once throughout the whole music video. Why? Because people love seeing other people succeed. Deep down, you hating like, why ain't he come to Orlando and get his money away, right? Or why he ain't come to wherever the hell you guys are from and give away this money? I bet. But he went to Miami and he gave the police station, he gave the fire station. Overall, he didn't record everything he did, but he wrote it down and said he touched all the major facets. So, you know, you pay the police $25,000 and the firefighters $25,000 on top of giving to the school, the kids, and all this other stuff. And the next time he go down there and fuck up anything, they're gonna let his ass go. He's not going to jail. I gotta give Drake credit. That was an ingenious music video and an ingenious way to implement your song, God's Plan. Hats off to you. Go ahead and drop one of the clues bomb. I'm just kidding. I'm not with the Breakfast Club. I don't have any bombs. I don't have a soundboard. I feel kind of empty right now. But I can give snaps. I can give snaps to Drake. Anyway, I figured I'd start out pretty positive today because let's face it, everybody else is talking about it and I want to talk about it. So let's talk about it. That Parkland, Florida shooting. What was it? The storm? What is it? Storm in Douglas High. They said they had a timeline for this kid. All right. He rode an Uber. Okay. He rode an Uber to the school. You know the Uber driver that drove off and found out that he just dropped off, you know, the destruction of all these kids and all these people? I wonder how he's feeling right now. Like, one, he's probably like, ooh, I'm glad I got there on time. What if I was late? Ooh, I'm glad I picked him up and didn't make him walk. Ooh, I'm glad I didn't go on the highway when I should have went the right. I bet you his driver is feeling wonderful right now. He dodged the bullet, but I bet you he's feeling shitty as fuck too. Like, yo, I just dropped off these people destruction and he didn't even know it. that kind of sucks. Cause this white boy, his last name is Cruz. Don't get it twisted. Media and everybody says that he's been adopted, tossed around homes, and blah 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 blah. He's not Hispanic, so let's not go there. He's white. He claims to be white nationalist. He's got posts on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, everything talking about how he's finna fuck some shit up. And he can't wait to use his gun and da 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 da. Shows up with an AR-15, goes up some stairs, pulls a fire alarm. Mind you, the school did say that they had a previous fire alarm go off earlier. So there's a little bit of confusion. Some of the kids stay in, some of them go rush out. But I'm sure everybody stayed frozen when they heard them gunshots. He killed 17 people, including a coach that was heavily loved, blocking other students from getting shot. He also killed another teacher that was running out into the hallway, locking his door, running into the hallway, getting people. He was pretty much doing like the Underground Railroad during the shooting, getting kids to come back to his room, lock the door, go back out, find some more, and he ended up dead. Along with so many others. Nicholas Cruz, you're a douchebag. Sad thing about this is I look at it from a lot of different perspectives. Now, if you look at every media outlet, except for independent media, which you guys should be looking at anyway, they're saying this 19-year-old boy was troubled. He's had drugs, he's psychotics, he's whatever drugs. He's been tossed around homes. He didn't have a father. He didn't have this. He didn't have that. And that's what caused him to break. That's what really caused it. He's just a good boy. He's just crazy. He's just crazy. So he shouldn't do any jail time. We should just be, he needs help. The media and the police called Tamir Rice a grown man at 12. And pretty much every other black person that's been shot by police. Any other black person that has to go through the media that has done something stupid, they dig into his background to find dirt. They dig into the white folks people. And look, white folks, I know you're listening to me. White folks, it ain't trying to come at you, but they dig into your background. They dig into his background so they can find sympathy for you. Tommy Loren, if y'all know that blonde bitch, fuck it, I'm gonna call her a bitch. I can't stand her. If I saw her in the streets, I have my girl cousin whoop her ass. Tommy Loren, if you don't know who she is famous for being young and outspoken about the Republican Party. She hates black people except for the black dick that she's fucking right now. And it's true, you can go Google it. That guy's got to be either the smartest man in the world with nothing to do or have a lot to do and just got lucky. Because while she talks shit about black folks and everything, she's got one in her mouth all the time. With that being said, Tommy Loren, first thing she came out and said, yo, calm the fuck down, left. It's not a gun issue. This is not the time to discuss gun issues. Okay? Let the people mourn and this, that, and the third. You're always trying to utilize, this is about some lunatic, not guns. You know what the best comeback was? One of the girls who was hiding in a closet during the shooting responded to her and said, shut the fuck up. It's about guns. I was there. You weren't. I was hiding in the closet scared. Okay? I'm the one who, among all of our friends, called 911 and was told not to call anymore. You weren't there. It's about guns. Now, a lot of y'all gonna disagree with me. I'm fine with this. I take a down the middle path when it comes to guns. I love to shoot an AR-15 at targets, not the store, not the gun range. As a matter of fact, I would love to shoot all the guns in the world as long as it was safe to do and somebody was there, this, that, and the third. However, I don't need that. All I need is my pistol and maybe a shotgun. That's all you need for hunting, for whatever. Get a bow and arrow. Shit. You do not. Regular civilians do not need AR-15s, AK-47s. They don't need the choppers. And neither do the cops. This is where people get mad at me. Fuck them. The cops don't need that shit either. Because they're not pumping these white boys full of lead like that. As you can see, they arrested him with the gentlest of care. There was no kick to the head like the little Hispanic boy. If y'all seen the video, there's a little Hispanic man. He bending down, put his hand behind his head, doing everything he was told to do. And the cop came and just kicked the shit out of him. They don't have to worry about that. That's why we don't need to give the cops no fucking guns, no more guns. They got their shit. And you know what? I'm gonna do a episode about how to get the cops to stop shooting us. You can put a lien on their weapons because they don't own their weapons. But that's neither here nor there. Okay. Another guy called I forgot his name, something Dice. I gotta start looking at these things. Mr. Dice, he tweeted, yeah, Mom, we can do that. Not now. Listen, he tweeted that, you know, these millennials, fucking it up. I'm the millennial, not those kids in the school. These kids need to be taught that they shouldn't be going on social media and tweeting and this, that, and the third, and should be calling the cops. That way somebody can save them faster. That's what's wrong with our generation. Motherfucker, somebody else returned this shit and said, bitch, we called. The police said, stop calling us. We're sending people there. So what's the next best thing? Go on social media. Go on Twitter. Go and say I love you to the person you may not ever see again. Go shoot your shot. You never know. You could make out with a girlfriend right before. I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of being real. Be honest about this. This is a fucking lunatic. But then we got the people on the right want to keep all the guns, and then the people on the left, because I'm not a Democrat either, want to get rid of all the guns. You see how that works in Japan? Look, prohibition. You say, hey, look at what we doing with weed. They say that's illegal. We smoke that bitch every day. We're going to find a way to get the stuff. Okay? So I think you got to have tighter gun laws. You got to be vetted so many certain times. And every couple of months, you got to go in and get retested. And you can't sell these automatic rifles like this to civilians or police officers. They should go only to the military. But you know how to solve that situation with the school shootings? And everybody, you've seen it before, and I agree. There's a lot of ex-military, a lot of people who just ain't got nothing else to do, living off, rightly so, living off the government because of what they had to do in the wars and stuff like that. Employ 3 of those highly trained, not police officers, highly trained military personnel who can hold an AR-15 and AK-47 and all the other automatics, who can de-escalate situations because they're trained to do so, who can get the guy without killing them because they're trained to do so, and put them around the schools. About 3 of them per school. We got plenty of them. Put them around the schools. You'll never have another high school shooting again. Before they get on the campus, they'll be that's all you hear. Somebody ankle blown off or something. Or they'll be waiting for the authorities to come get them. Do that shit. Make that happen. Make that a reality. There's angry kids yelling at Donald Trump. Not because their parents are telling them to do it. They're perfectly fine. Listen, if someone stupid as Tommy Loren can talk at age 23 and start talking about politics and shit like that, obviously a 17-year-old, it's not that far away, can talk about it as well. Can speak on the realities of him just showing up to a hospital and doing what? No. Pass legislation. Make it tougher to get these shits. Okay? Now, don't make it tough to get a regular piece. Don't make it tough to get a shotgun, stuff that you can use to protect your home. Make it tough to get the AR-15s, AK-47s, and all the machine guns, and the assault rifles and stuff like that. Make that shit tough. Okay? Make the people who are training you so that you can get your license to have a firearm. Make sure they're highly vetted. Okay? That you just can't just go buy, I want to buy this gun. No, you got to go through training, and then you got to come back to that trainer every 3 to 6 months or some fuck shit. Come on, you got it. Some of y'all know what's up. I'll give a big shout out to the coach and that teacher though. But here's something that kind of messed with me a little bit. Okay, and y'all gonna be like, oh, Scott, here you go with the conspiracy theory. But there was a girl who was on TV who said that she talked to the dude before he started shooting. Meaning they heard shots while she said she heard shots while she was talking to Buddy. Meaning at some point before he let off his gun, he stopped and they talked.
I actually was in the bathroom at the moment, and I came back to my classroom and I knocked on the door, and the fire alarm went off, and principal came on the speaker and just said everyone needs to evacuate right now. So that's what we did. As I was going down the stairs, I heard a couple shots fired. Everyone was freaking out, saying that it was a gun. And as we were walking, the whole class together, I actually was speaking to the suspect, Nicholas Cruz. And as I was speaking to him, he seemed very, I don't know what the word I want to say is, but he was trouble in middle school. So I kind of joked to him about it and said, I'm surprised you weren't the one who did it. And he just gave me a huh. So that's really what happened.
You were walking down the hall. He had already fired at that time.
Yes, sir, with him.
Weren't you scared?
In the moment I wasn't, because there was obviously definitely another shooter involved, but...
Oh, you think he was not the only one?
No, definitely not.
Why do you say that?
Because when shots were fired, I saw him after the fact. So, and the shots were coming from the other part of the building. So there definitely had to be two shooters involved, I believe.
That's the first I've heard of that. Did you see any other students who were wounded?
No, sir.
I'm telling y'all that I'm telling you this, and this is my truth. And y'all can believe it or not. There's never been in history a single shooter like crazy cracker in the woods shooter. Never. Never. Even the DC sniper, who we thought was white, we swear was white, was black, had a partner. We find out later on what happened at the grassy knoll that there had to be about 21 people poised to shoot and kill JFK. That's another story for another time. There's never, MLK, Jesse was part of it. Jesse knew that he was going to kill him. That's why he didn't wear a tie that day. And he stepped back. And then when everybody pointed up on top of that roof, they were pointing at the people that they saw was the city's police and military that surrounded the whole place. But he got shot from the ground. I'm telling you, there is not a single, neither one of these are crazy cracker, one person, one lone wolf situations. What happened over here in Orlando? The streets say there was 3 shooters. 3. The news said it was 1. Come on, what the fuck? Really? All those people scared of that one guy with a gun? By the time he had to change that, that magazine, somebody would have got to him and beat his ass. Nah, there was somebody on the front and back doors and somebody in the bathroom. Come on, man, y'all use your head. I ain't crazy. I just want you to think. And maybe if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I want you to think it's not illegal yet. They working on that shit, though. This is my heart goes out to them because, my girls are 19 now. I don't have to worry about that per se, but there's still the fear of being shot anywhere. They're in college. That shit can happen at college. The shit happens at colleges now. Somebody loses their damn mind and says, fuck it, I just feel like shooting today. So, enough of that. Y'all know what happened. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. When y'all go to the Panther Spot podcast group page, leave some comments, questions, and thoughts about what y'all think about the shooting and what you guys think about gun control. Should we have tighter laws? Should we take the guns away altogether like Japan? Or should we overinduce, introduce the guns to everybody? Have select teachers have firearms, that can be trusted and vetted, like military, ex-military, now they're teachers and shit. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comments and on the podcast page and on Patreon. Quick moment real quick. Y'all know what's up. I I've been struggling. We've been struggling back and forth trying to make sure things have been. I've been trying to replace my wife basically with me. Like, I'm not really replacing her. I've been trying to do things she's doing. And I find that there is no replacement for a woman of that caliber. When you're married and they take on charge of doing certain things, man, look, it is amazing. But she's been down for a while. I just want to give a moment to give a thank you to everybody who has been understanding the situation with her having a stroke, who's been sharing the GoFundMe page, who's been donating, who's been coming to the house to help do things, clean, cook, the little things, the tiny things I don't have the time for because I'm out trying to make ends meet. I just want to give y'all the biggest shout out and biggest love ever. I promise once everything's squared away, I'm going to have something for y'all. Okay? And if y'all interested in finding out how to donate or what to share to donate to help us, help me travel back and forth to see my wife. I haven't seen her. It's every 2 or 3 weeks do I get to fly back up to North Carolina to see her. Y'all can definitely go to www.gofundme.com /Hev's Helpers. She used to go by Heaven in New York. And I'll put that there right there. Let's talk about something. I want to talk something a little more sweet today. Something sweet today brought to you by Miles Marketing Group. Want to improve your insert the thing needing advertising here? Contact Miles Marketing Group at 321-244-8830 or coming soon, milesmg.com. That's actually the brother who came to help me with my computer issue earlier today, who saw it. Man, he came in, he saw, he conquered, and got the hell up out of here. Boy, he wasn't no joke. All right? And that's a brother. So y'all looking to try to do, follow my mantra when I say think, act, buy black. There you go. So he's local. He's in Orlando here. You can spend a few dollars. He'll handle your business for you. He'll help marketing. He's got a strong marketing team. You'll go places with Miles Marketing Group. So let's talk about what everybody here to talk about. Let's talk about Black Panther. Spoiler alert. Letting y'all know right now. Spoilers. I ain't holding shit back. I might not talk about everything in the movie anyway, but still, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to Black Panther. Oh man. Let's start with how many thumbs up this movie should fucking get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 thumbs up. Whoever that crazy person that gave it that one negative review on Rotten Tomatoes needs to die slowly. Burn in hell with gasoline draws on and a gasoline snuggie. Because Black Panther was by far, and I must say it, not because it's black, but it went there. It was a totally different movie. By far the best Marvel movie I've ever seen. And I hope Infinity Wars copies exactly what they did with Black Panther to bring it on into the next thing so I can be more into it. Let's start with some of the funny stuff that we've been seeing around it. I saw a Facebook post of a group that went on and said, Christians against Black Panther movie. I thought it were Christians against the Black Panther podcast. I was like, I didn't know better. Many of y'all saved folks even watching me anyway. I be cussing this shit on here. So I thought I was famous, but it wasn't for me.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. This is serious. I know.
They just hate Chadwick Boseman, which I don't understand how, because I've been trying to practice that stupid African dialect. I can't get the shit just yet. I'm gonna get it though, Chadwick. I'm coming for you. And let's talk about the fake assault claims. Have y'all seen these? They actually have fake assault claims. There are people who have pictures of other things that you've seen on Facebook or some that you haven't, of women getting their ass beat, blood on their face or a black eye, saying that they showed up at the Black Panther movie and a black woman or a black guy stood up to them and said, "This isn't your movie," and proceeded to beat her or his or my ass. And this is what I look like. Are you fucking kidding me? You know that shit got researched with the quickness. And every single one of them, I've seen 3 or 4, about 3 of them now, and they've all been debunked. But what kind of people go to these lengths to discredit this? I don't understand. These are purely evil ass fucking white folks, man. kind of pissed me off. That's the only downside to even this whole movie. Everything else was fucking awesome. There's 3 things that I learned from Black Panther, and I'm gonna tell you in order. I wrote it down, so I need y'all to see that I wrote this shit down. Number 1, trust black women. Fellas, trust black. I don't care if you're a black man, black woman, black man, white man, whatever. Trust black women. And you'll understand if you watch the movie. Because even when the white guy was scared to pilot the plane, what did the black woman tell him to do? Boom. I'm just saying, everything that was done, there was a push behind some black woman in the movie. Brothers, I hope y'all listening to me. Trust our women. Sisters, be worthy of trust. Okay, number 2. If you lead with honesty, integrity, and strength, they will follow you. What were they called? The Dora Milaje? Yeah, the Dora Milaje. Milaje. They had one leader. The leader trusted the king. Why? And followed the king everywhere. She was the baddest one. I'm gonna call her Michonne for right now, because that's how I know her. Michonne the bad motherfucker with a sword. She bad with any weapon. Listen. They followed the king with no doubts. So much so, it was so embarrassing that the brothers even didn't follow the king at one point. The nigga from, what's his name, Kaluuya? I said fucked up his name in the last video. Daniel David Kaluuya. Daniel Kaluuya. Because he couldn't get what he wanted initially, turned his back on the king. I'm talking about even after they was doing the little, you know what I'm saying? They was doing a little train while he was doing his initiation, fighting off whoever. His homeboy, this supposed to be your boy. Your boy turned his back on him. That's proof right there. Even your boy may turn his back on you, but if you got a strong woman, a black woman there, she gonna follow you if you full of integrity, strength, and honesty. And the last thing I learned, the hero in me loves T'Challa, right? I love T'Challa. The human in me thinks that Killmonger made more sense. If you saw the movie, if you didn't, I told you spoilers. Killmonger grew up in Oakland without his father, without anything, and he didn't shoot up a school. Instead, he went to the military and became the best killer in the world, i.e. Killmonger. That's why his name's Killmonger. But he found out about his past, and you know, I want one of those lip tattoos. If I can't get bracelets that actually work, you know, that can heal a back, or, you know, become the telephone, or, you know, whatever, become a bomb or something like that, I at least want the lip tattoo and let you know I'm part of Wakanda. He found out he was Wakandan and that he had a right to the throne. And he believed that what was going on in their situation, like with all the wealth and money that they had, that they still decided to desert all the other black people around the world. Like I said, T'Challa, the hero in me, thinks T'Challa was right, but the human in me feels like, yeah, that's kind of what the fuck y'all did. Y'all left everybody to fend for themselves when you had more than enough resources and more than enough money to take care of all the African countries around you. And even the black people, the Africans that made it to, you know, America, etc., etc. I'm not gonna ruin the whole movie. I thought I was, but as I kept writing, I realized I wanted to point out something. There was a lot of people, black people, I like to call them agents, might be hired by other people, that had an issue with Black Panther. They were like, oh man, it was a great movie, but what's up with all these people disrespecting the Africans, wearing the cultural stuff, wearing the da-da-da-da-da, because they ain't from Africa, blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Listen here. It's called cosplay, motherfucker. Alright? You ever dressed up as Goku? I didn't, because I can't afford the damn wig. I never cosplayed a day in my life because I can't afford to put shit. I don't know how to put none of that shit together. But look at this. Everything that's been cosplayed to this day, okay, has been stuff with white folks. Like, yeah, we can do it, and we have, and we do. But when we finally get something that really does channel us as people, you got a problem with people dressing up in African garb? The fuck is wrong with you? There's always some black folks angry about something. Always some black folks angry about something. Chill out. Ain't nobody trying to wear your clothes. If I had the money, I would have went up there with a crown from Africa, with a fucking lion hanging over my shoulder, gold all over. I would have did the same damn thing. It's okay. Fuck it up. Have fun. Because you know what this did do? It opened up a door for people to actually want to look into African culture. Whether you did it or whether you like it or not, some of these people, including myself, was like, bruh, look, them dashikis look pretty cool. What the fuck? I want that. What's that shit he had in the suit? It was, man, I want that. That looked fly. Fuck all this clean white suit crap. No, I want that. Listen. Just because something works doesn't mean it can't be improved. What? That wasn't one of the best quotes in the movie. It was Shuri, right? When Shuri was like, he's like, yo, my suit is okay. There's nothing wrong. It's just, just because something works doesn't mean it can't be improved. And turn around and embarrass the shit out of him. Had the video, remember when she was recording him? Getting his ass kicked by his own damn suit. Kick the suit. Try doing it again. Pow! He sent his ass across the city. Delete that video. Delete that video. Yo, they channeled comedy. They pulled on your heartstrings. You felt for Killmonger. Michael B. Jordan, god damn it, boy. If you ain't hit channeled that ultimate hate in a Negro, like that pure fuck the world type shit, this movie had hit every aspect of what black people can be and what they are. Like from the sweetest, most intelligent people down to the just you really don't want to fuck with me type shit. You know? It touched people in places. Not like, priests and shit. Here's another thing that I thought about wanting to talk about. The comparison between two black movies. A Birth of a Nation, which should have been the kickstart for the summer for black people everywhere, versus Black Panther. Alright? They're both black starred. They they're funded differently. One was mostly raised and funded by black people, black person who went out to find funds and had some of his own funds. The other one was funded by Disney. And that's pretty much the only differences between. One was a superhero movie that was made to touch all your heartstrings, like pull the heartstrings, make you cry, make you joyous, everything. Birth of a Nation was pretty much the same thing, but it was giving you a sense of pride. People, all they saw was a slave movie, and they said, oh, I'm tired of seeing slave movies. No, you never saw a rebellion movie. Have y'all seen A Birth of a Nation? When they broke out and started killing motherfuckers, if that ain't the best feeling in the world, like, yeah, you just in the movie theater just screaming, or in your home screaming, seeing every time you turn around, you see one of them kill the fucking slave masters and shit like that. That's what the movie was about. But what y'all did is y'all let these bullshit ass allegations of raping some white girl, or sexually assaulting some white girl, to deter you from going to see the movie in the movie theaters. Therefore, it became a bust. But if you go watch the movie, you'll see it was actually pretty fucking good. That's the difference between this movie and the next, and Black Panther. Black Panther, I'm sure they found something on Michael B. Jordan. Oh, he dates white girls. That could have been enough to start some fuck shit, but it didn't. And Disney made sure of it. Marvel made sure of it. You can say whatever the hell you want to say about our actors. We still gonna have motherfuckers coming in and shutting this shit down. It's a good movie. I think you guys should be ashamed of yourself. Because instead of watching A Birth of the Nation, what do y'all go see? Fucking Tyler fucking Perry. Don't get me wrong. God bless Tyler Perry. I am hoping that as in the future, as actors and producers and filmmakers, that y'all can strike a deal with Tyler Perry and we can start using his studio instead of having to go all the way to Hawaii. We can go over here to Atlanta and work out of his studio and stuff. But y'all decided to go see Boo on Medea's Halloween over A Birth of a Nation because of some false allegations that he got cleared of. Then the girl died, and y'all still didn't go see the movie? What y'all was doing that was in honor of her? Y'all need to get over this. Here's another comparison. I compared T'Challa to Muammar Gaddafi. Alright? Now some of y'all be like, what the fuck? Well, Muammar Gaddafi was a terrorist killer, blah, blah, blah. No, that's what American media will let you know. He actually did so much more for that country than our country has done for us. He's the reason why there was no slave trade in Libya. Now that he's dead, y'all notice there's a slave trade, right? Black people are getting enslaved and traded. He also was about to start 3 national banks of Africa, where the only way to pull money out of those banks or utilize any services in Africa where those banks were located, you actually have to use gold and silver. Something the United States doesn't have very much of. Or Europe or Australia or any other European-owned colonized country. That means he would have bankrupted the world and became the richest nation on the planet in a matter of minutes. It could have happened. But the powers that be told Obama to tell Hillary to get NATO to go and assassinate him. And they assassinated him, and then so what happened was, and I don't want to get into a deep thing. He declined the offer from the economic hitman, and he was able to thwart the coup d'etat. So the only way they could get rid of him was kill him, and they did so. But they had to go through the, let me see if I read this shit right. It's called the Al-Rahibat, Al-Thrariyat, whatever. Listen, I can't say it properly, but it translates to the revolutionary nuns. Western journalists called them the Amazonian Guards. Basically, he had his own Dora Milaje. These were women that could kill any man around the planet. These were some of the baddest women, and he trusted them with his life, just like Black Panther did with the Dora Milaje. I just thought y'all should listen to this. This same thing that's going over and over and over is this trust and this need and this want for black women in real life and in this movie. That's a recurring thing. Trust black women. And they got the job done. Couldn't nobody touch him until they brought a whole military down on them. I mean, they couldn't stop that. They didn't have the weapons that Dora Milaje had. But they were able to keep him alive. Last thing we need to talk about, okay, besides talking about how much I really want y'all to help me get a set of bracelets like they got in the movie, I need to have those. That's not even a joke. And you know what, I'm lying. It's not the last thing. Let's talk about what's going on with Vivica Fox. Remember she used to be fine? And I'm sure she's still cute. And if she ever sees this, Vivica, I'm just playing. I love you. She is helping. She actually put in a petition, helped with the petition to make Disney donate 25 of its proceeds to the black community. Now, a lot of y'all be like, oh, Scott, you being don't say what I think you're going to say. Fuck that, I'm going to say it. That's dumb as shit. What did the black community do other than spend the money on this movie? Got it? Okay. Listen, first and foremost, be happy that you got black actors, because they could have whitewashed the whole shit. Okay? Be happy you got black actors and a black director, because they could have whitewashed the entire thing. Don't be greedy now. Here's the good thing. Look at each actor and actress as an entire business and entity in itself. If they all get paid, let's say $20 million, right? They're a business all their own. They can turn around and hire other black people. It is highly known and recognized that most of the black people on that cast are like, I love black people. So when they get ready to open up their own studios, guess what they're gonna hire? Black people. That's how it works. So don't go in there talking about, oh, Disney owns 25% of the proceeds and give it to the black community. That's stupid. That's dumb. And if you're one of those ones that click on that shit, you need your behind spanked. You need your ass beat. That's dumb. That's like, okay, if I do something good and I make $50 million and I had the help of other black people who helped me get to them, and I paid them, and you still want me to turn around and give part of what I worked hard for to you? You lost your damn mind. Y'all don't piss me off with this shit. Do not adhere to this shit. Don't be up there trying to be like, oh, they better give 25%. Disney ain't got to do shit but make copies of other people's shit into Disney movies and die. I'll tell you what I did like a lot, though. I love the colors. I love the technology. Ryan Coogler took time out of, not just took time, he forced himself to go to all these other African countries and study their cultures. He spent time. It took a long time for him to do that and understand what these cultures are all about, so that he can get it back to his crew, so they can create what the looks are supposed to be like, what kind of ceremonies were necessary to bring this Black Panther movie to life. I believe if you don't know who he is, look at Fruitvale Station. Watch that movie. It seems like every big movie he puts out, Michael B. Jordan's right there. That's an attest to friendship, 1, and 2, and Michael B. Jordan's a kick-ass fucking actor. Fruitvale Station was Ryan Coogler's first major film. I was crying. I ain't lying. I saw it. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Then he turns around and he does Creed, which is an extension of the Rocky series. Knocked it out of the park with that. They can't praise Ryan Coogler enough. And then he does this with the Black Panther. Come on. Shout out to Ryan Coogler. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. Shout out to the whole clique, the crew. I mean, everybody on there, especially all the black women, they were fine as hell. All of them look delicious. But then the robes, the clothing, the concepts, the acting, all of it was supreme. I couldn't find one thing, and I was trying to find something wrong so I could be a critic. I wanted to be an asshole, because y'all know I'm all for black people. I love it. But I couldn't find it. Oh, I take that back. There was one thing that I was like, near the end, where they found him after he lost, and I think it was Mautu, whatever. One of the leaders of the mountain tribe dragged him up, and they showed that he's alive, blah blah blah. They had the heart-shaped herb, and I'm just like, okay, the heart-shaped herb, you gotta grind it down and feed it to T'Challa. Where'd they get the bowl from? And how they made that shit hot that quick? That's the only thing I can see that was wrong with the entire movie. And I'm being petty right now. One thing y'all gotta learn, black people, white people, all of y'all, never leave before the credits are over. Ever. Ever. Don't leave before the credits are over. Listen, matter of fact, when it's a Marvel movie, there's 2 things you gotta guarantee you don't see. Stan Lee, which he did a great cameo in, which was hilarious, and staying until the lights motherfucking come on. Because there's some Marvel movies, they got 3 endings, like 3 extra, before, middle, and end credit extra video. Y'all got to, come on now, y'all messing up stuff. Okay? And then one of the last things that I wanted to do was to the lady who had the McDonald's in there, shout out to you. I didn't think it was possible to actually bring some fucking food in there, and y'all actually pulled this shit off without a hitch. I was surprised. Like, we brought snacks, like we was shoving snacks and shit into pockets and the purses and all this other stuff, but they had a whole Big Mac. They had 3 fucking number 7s and shit in there. Like, how did they get past security with that shit? I don't know. But they got away with that shit. And then the only black folks that did it, I love it. I love my people when they do shit like that. We just knew there was gonna be some nigga shit going on, and they did it. They pulled that shit off. Listen, one last thing. And I keep saying one last thing, but I keep thinking something new. Stop getting mad at Ryan Coogler for not appealing to what you wanted. Okay? It ain't about you. Okay? I'm tired of the bullying from the LGBTQ, PRSTUVWXY, whatever, the fucking, that group. I am sick and tired of y'all bullying people into representing you. The movie ain't about gay people. It ain't about you. That's why when people say, Scott, man, you want to come play this gay role? No, we got gay people to do that shit. Let them be them. That's better than me acting it. But because there was an opportunity for it and they decided not to do it, and y'all mad? Fuck out of here with that bullshit. You can't force it. If you start forcing it, people are going to hate you. You don't want people to hate you. You want respect, right? And respect that this was a black film. It's not about intersectionality. It's about the whole group as a whole. Black people. We're talking about from Africa to U.S. to the Caribbean. Black people as a whole. Quit trying to make it about you. It ain't about you. I'm glad there was no gay scenes in there. I'm glad, because that's not what I was looking for. Alright? You can't force people to do some shit like that. That's stupid. Now, if I'm watching some shit on TV and I'm like, oh, there's going to be a gay scene in here. Alright, I'm cool. Like, nah. Y'all didn't have a problem with it when it was Thor. I didn't hear y'all say shit about it when it was an Iron Man. When Iron Man was up, I didn't hear y'all say shit about the Hulk or anybody else, any of the other Avengers. There was no gay scenes. Why y'all wait to the black one, the mostly black cast to try to do or complain about there not being any no gay representation? We don't need it. What are you? Gay is what you participate as. Okay, gay is what you do. That's what you do and how you want to live and all this stuff. Black is, we don't know you're gay until you open your mouth or act. Black, you're going to be black whether you blink your eyes or breathe. You can die and somebody will know you're black. Okay, in your casket, they're not going to know you're gay. They're going to know you're black. So stop bullying people and to try to put gay representation in the stuff. Let there be a proud black man for once. How about that? A straight one at that. Why not? I was happy that they shipped, I forgot the girl's name. He actually ended up with the girl at the end. Black love was cool. That was a good thing. And to the assholes who mad that they didn't put Storm in here, kiss my ass. Read the fucking comics. Watch the series on BET. Okay, because some of y'all didn't know they had an animated series on BET. Go watch that shit. He kicks the fuck out of Captain America. Okay, watch that shit. If you notice, they're not gonna put Storm in there until much, much, much later. If they do a 2 or a 3. By the way, they're gonna do a 2. Y'all should know this. 2 is coming. So just chill. It's not about you. It's about the collective. All right. I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. Cause now I'm hungry. I'm thinking about this movie. I give it a 5, 15, 35 stars out of 5. I'm gonna go watch this shit 3 times. I suggest y'all watch the shit. I didn't really spoil a lot for y'all. I guess I was going to. I figured some of y'all gonna figure out some of the shit, but it wasn't too bad. All right. Listen, y'all. Again, y'all know the links. Please, if you get a chance, hit the link right here. GoFundMe.com/Heads Helpers. Follow me on SoundCloud /The Panther Spot. Same thing with iTunes. You'll find me on your fruit phones. And if you think any of this shit that came out of my mouth is worth a damn dime, go to my Patreon. Hit me up on Patreon. Become a patron. All the money, the proceeds that go to Patreon goes right back into this show. And it's necessary because I need more mics and I want to be able to bring y'all a better show with more people on the show. Not just me talking. I want a woman's point of view on here. I need another man on here to talk and discuss stuff. And I want to be able to have a mic so I can have guest stars. So please, y'all get a chance to do that. Go out and hurry up and watch this goddamn movie. Please. It's important. It's important for representation of black people as a whole. It's important for the love that they gave white people in the show, in the movie. They didn't just fuck white people. None of that shit. It was dope. It was all love. And I think this movie will touch everybody. Y'all should definitely go watch it. I'm going to get the fuck out of here because I'm getting old and sleepy. Nah, I want to play Monster Hunter. So I got to get on the PlayStation real quick. But I love you guys. All right, black folks, my little message to y'all is the same. My mantra, if you can't do it every day, do it at least once a week. If you can't do it once a week, please do it once a month. Try to do it as often as you can. Please always think, act, buy black. I love you guys. I'm out. Let's get the fuck out.
Bitch, sit down. Nobody with me. feeling, now dance with me.